The People's Democratic Party, PDP, is considering expelling members of the G5 governors, which is made up of Rivers State Governor Mr. Nyesom Wike, Seyi Makinde of Oyo State, Samuel Otom of Benue State, Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi of Enugu State, and Okezie Ikpeazu of Abia State. If they go ahead and announce their support for any presidential candidate other than Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. Atiku Abubakar is the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party. A reliable source who is a member of the PDP Presidential Campaign Council, who disclosed this to this day yesterday, said another measure being considered by the leadership of the main opposition party was the dissolution of the party structures in the respective states of the G5 governors, who are also referred to as the Integrity Group, and establish caretaker committees to run the affairs of the party in the 5 states. According to sources who pleaded to remain anonymous, taking such action would also affect the political ambition of Makinde, who is seeking re-election as governor, as well as Okezie, Otom, and Ikpeazu, who all contesting for the senatorial seats in their respective states. Dissolving the party structures will also affect their loyalists who are contesting for different positions under the PDP in Abia, Rivers, Oyo, Benue, and Enugu. The source added. The governors elected on the platform of the PDP had, in what many had described as another jamboree, on Monday traveled to the UK for another strategic meeting. The governors, led by Governor Wike, have been calling for the resignation of the PDP national chairman, Dr. Yocha Ayu, as their minimum condition for peace in the party, and to join the Presidential Campaign Council of the party's presidential candidate, Atiku. Wike has refused to accept his defeat at the party's presidential primary in good faith. Since he lost the primary and even the vice presidential slot, Wike has utilized the enormous resources at his disposal to mobilize 4 other governors to fabricate crisis in the party. The aggrieved governors have been working against their party for months since Wike failed to clinch the vice presidential running mate to Atiku Abubakar. They have been insisting that Iyorchia Ayu, the national chairman of the party, must quit for a southerner to take his place, stating that it was the irreducible minimum for peace to reign in the party. Wike had specifically boasted that Atiku would not win the election if he and his allies do not support his presidential ambition. Wow, these guys, there's something else. Well, this day had reported that barring any last-minute change in political permutations, the group may have concluded plans to endorse Mr. Peter Obi, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party. Obi, with former President Olusegun Obasanjo, former governor of Cross River State Donald Duke, and 4 of the G5 governors met in London last August. Last week, Wike said he would reveal the presidential candidate to mobilize votes for in the forthcoming 2023 general elections in January. Many have argued the party to move against Wike and his group by expelling them for unpardonable anti-party activities, but the party has refrained from taking such actions. But the more the party tolerated the excesses of the governors, the more emboldened they have become. Governor Wike in particular has been boastful about his capacity to do damage to the party. Just recently, he shut down Atiku's campaign office in Port Harcourt, where Obi, with former President Olusegun Obasanjo, with Donald Duke, okay, they say they want to consider them. Wike has specifically boasted that Atiku will not win the election, and himself and his allies do not support Atiku. Okay. One thing is that I have said it and I will continue to say it. We have to look at things from all angles. If Wike is telling us, they are telling us about a Muslim ticket is not right, and we are saying Atiku too, it is not the turn of the northerner to take over from another northerner. So if he's talking about Iyorchia, that means there's no equity, because a lot of people have come out to discuss come against that is assertion. And my own point of view is that if you are talking about Iyorchia, so does it mean you are going to support another Fulani man? or a northerner taking over from a northerner. Is that what you're talking? Are we talking about equity in that regard? That's why some people say he's the same person that jeopardized the chances of Igbo presidency for somebody to come from the Igbo extraction. Now is claiming as if is working for the equity or for working for the people. No. Well, that is another part. On the other part, on the part of Atiku, you begin to ask, why is it that you people cannot keep to promises? And that is why this country is just the way it is. Do the right thing, they will not do the right thing. But when it comes to them, they want themselves to be favored. But when they don't want others to be favored. At the end of the day, in all these ruffle fight, it is the masses that will suffer it, because these guys will suffer nothing. All the money they are spending is not their money. Oh. They didn't work for the money. It is the money of the people's money that they've amassed together, and they are dishing out anyhow. Yes, it is not their money they are spending. Let's see how it's going to be. I think they say it's January they are going to do the needful. In fact, the respect they are according to this G5, I don't even think whether they deserve it. Let's wait and see what will happen at the end of the day. Many have argued that for the party to move against Wike and his group by expelling them for unpardonable anti-party activities, but the party has refrained. The party has refrained from doing so. Governor Wike in particular has been boastful about his capacity to do damage to the party. Just recently, he shut down Atiku's campaign office in Port Harcourt. Like I've always said, it is not in the interest of the people, but for their ego. All I know is that dissolving the party state EXCO to constitute caretaker will never affect the G5 governors' chances. Rather, PDP will go into more messier crisis. How do you mean? Are you even a politician? People who came to reap the dividends of what others sowed when they ran from trying times in the past will now suspend those who stood for the party. Mother of all legal battles, lawyers prepare to ease. It didn't start with Atiku. Nigerian politics has been like that from one party to the other. Why do they run away from the party when the party needed them most? 100 Wike cannot pose a threat to PDP victory. Nothing would happen. The matter would be in court until after election. Which court? I laugh at you anyways. I hope Makinde will not cry when this happens. He will be the greatest loser of all of them. How can people who have spent 8 years as governors under PDP decide to break the bridge behind them just because things didn't go their way? The G5 will smell pepper if they allow PDP to take this action. Party is supreme. SDP Magnus Abi, congratulations in advance as next governor of Rivers State.